Welcome to the BioNexus Health podcast with Dr. Jodie A. Dashore, who holds a PhD in integrative medicine, is board certified in integrative pediatrics, an internationally recognized pioneering clinician, and author. And now here's your host of BioNexus Health podcast, Dr. Jodie A. Dashore.
Today we'll talk about the window or the wall AC. As you can see right here, it's in the wall. It's a brand new AC that we have. So this is the monthly maintenance. So monthly maintenance would be, these are the evaporator coils. Of course, let's go back to the beginning. We first removed this cover, right? This cover has been removed. And these are the evaporator coils that have to be cleaned. In the back here, there is a fan. All this in the back will have to be wiped. We wipe everywhere on the top. As you can see, I have Mold Max. It's like, a tremendous peace of mind to know that everything gets wiped down and, it gets rid of any unwanted critters, unwanted mold, etc. Now, we can use Mold Max for cleaning everything, but remember, don't spray Mold Max directly on the fan or, on the fan over here. Just use it on a baby wipe or a washcloth and then wipe it. That's what I did. I won't be able to show you that because I already did it. Maybe in the other AC I can show you that. Now this is the evap no rinse foam. This foam will be sprayed here. This here is the, it's a joke actually, they call this a filter. Now this filter, it goes in the front. I'll show you at the end when we reassemble this, but this filter, it kind of goes here and it can be removed from the outside, but there's nothing. It doesn't really filter anything out. It doesn't filter out pollen, mold, not by a long shot. So I'll show you the strategy that is used. So this can be, again, wiped down with the Mold Max, thoroughly wiped down front and back with the Mold Max. I've already wiped this. That's why it looks so beautiful and clean. Okay, here we go. The new Calgon is available on Amazon, right? The Evap No Rinse Foam. The brand is, let's see, it's New Calgon 4171-75. Okay, so as you can see, the foam cleaner has been applied. It's self-evaporating. Give it like 10-15 minutes and it should clean the evaporator coils. Okay, then I have a little setup at the bottom. So now what we're going to do is, let's go over to the other AC and I'll show you the wipe down. This one is already done, so I'll show you the wipe down on the other one. And then let's go to the next step. Okay, so now here we are at the second unit. And I'm going to start wipe down. The foam has already been sprayed and I haven't wiped this down yet, and I haven't wiped down inside either. I did wipe down around, etc. Remember, the wall AC or the window AC, in these crevices, I always spray the tick repellent spray. I'll show you at the end. So let's start with the wipe down. Here I've got baby wipes. Just gonna spray the Mold Max on the baby wipe and start. All right, now here is the internal. So here is, you can see the fan is moving, right? Yes, so I'm just gonna clean out the fan as much as I can, okay? Okay, So the fan got cleaned out. Now I'm going to take this gently. Maybe we can leave that in, and what I do is here, I just remember not to spray the electronics, right? Electronics just get wiped. I'm just spraying on the plastic here, the Mold Max. I'm going to do it on the inside as well. There's usually a lot of bugs. Again, I'm not spraying the evaporator coil. I'm just spraying on the inside of this guy here, the front cover. Here, so this is the inside of the front cover. And again, I'm going to be very quickly, it gets done pretty quickly. Just spray it. Get rid of these. This is just painter's tape that I use to secure the additional filters I use. I'll show you those. So let me go ahead and get this wiped. Remember, I wipe it down thoroughly. Front, this is the back that goes against the evaporator coil. So this one is cleaned, and then the front is cleaned as well. All right, again, this was the flimsy filter that came with the AC. So I'm taking this and I'm going to spray once again the same thing. The Mold Max goes right here. Now, because the filter is plastic, right, the Mold Max can go like right on the filter, the cleaner. Okay. Good, I'm glad that went off. You hear this? That is the super sensitive water alarm that we have here, so that 1 or 2 drops of the cleaner actually set it off. That's so cool. But that's the purpose, right? So I have this near the window AC because once, we had a little bit of a leak. So I'm going to set this down again, and I'm going to proceed to wipe the filter. Okay, the filter's getting a really thorough wipe down, and it's beautiful, crystal clear. Just wanted to show you this. This is, hope you can see, this is a MERV 13 material for air filters. This is right here, so we are going to be using that. So this is the MERV 13 filter cloth that has been cut to size, and I'm going to apply it on the flimsy filter that we cleaned. Okay, so this was the plastic flimsy filter that we cleaned, and I've applied this MERV 13 filter cloth to it, and this filter will get inserted in this way. So the MERV 13, the cloth here, the actual cloth, that goes against the evaporator. Remember that, right? So that's the evaporator there, and this filter cloth has to go against the evaporator. So I'll show you how it gets inserted. This is still upside down. I'll be putting it back in, but just so you know that this is the controls. Right next to the controls, this is where the airflow comes out of. So this comes into your home apartment or the room, and this needs not really a MERV 13, but it does need a vent filter, and I'll show you which one I use. So this is the one we use for the airflow. All right, the cover was screwed back on, and now that filter is being inserted, as you can see. Cool. Okay, so we have the scruffy side of the Velcro here. It's self-adhesive. We have some extra Velcro here. So now we should go ahead and apply the vent filter right here. Okay, I'm just going to, so there, that's the vent filter has been applied, as you can see, right? So the MERV 13 filter here, that went against the evaporator coil, and this is where the airflow comes into the room. So there's the much lighter vent filter. So that does allow plenty of airflow to come through, but it also protects. I shall go ahead and turn this on now. Okay, one moment. Oh, sorry, I think I unplugged it. 1 second. Yep, I had to plug it back in. All right, I'm just going to turn it back on. So these are the settings. It's on 74 and it runs continuously. That's the key. It needs to run continuously. So there is the continuous dehumidification going on. It minimizes mold growth. I would say eliminates. We haven't seen anything in the last 4 months. This was a brand new AC that we put in for this summer. And we haven't seen anything other than, little bugs coming in the crevices. So I'm going to spray with the bug spray now. The bug spray that I use, the Green Mountain tick repellent, that's in the BioNexus store as well. So I'll just spray along the crevices. Anywhere there is an intersection, I'm just going to spray along the crevices and the bottom as well. Let me go get the bottom here, right here. I have to spray. Okay, now stepping away, you'll see that I have a few things going. We had a little bit of a leakage from the AC because you see there's a window here and there's a roof up there. So the gutters right over there, the gutters had leaked and it came in from the outside of the AC and it leaked inside. The floor is waterproof, that's great, but it's still a bit scary. So what we did was we have these water soaking mats that go right against the wall. And then I have this plastic container here. This is the water alarm as well that I have. And then of course, I have a dehumidifier running right next to the AC, and this has kept everything really fantastic. So the other AC, I have additional protection with a moisture absorber as well. Bit of an overkill, but when Brian is alone in his apartment, I would rather have my peace of mind, right? I'm sure the mothers would agree. All right, this is the other air conditioner, and you can see we have the window and the downspout right there. There's a tree. This is where up here the gutter had leaked as well, but with the tree, etc., I just like to have added protection. So that's why we have this moisture absorber here, because the leakage had happened here, not in the living room. It had happened in the bedroom, so I got a bit anxious over that. But anyways, so this is all set. As you can see, the filter cloth, the vent filter, the filter cloth is there against the evaporator coil. We have the dehumidifier set up. We have the water absorbers. We have this tub, moisture absorber. I'm going to spray the bug spray now. And for those of you, just remember, you can easily get these in the store. So don't worry about where to get it from, etc. All right, cool. So now I can turn this guy on. Same settings, 74, keeps running. It's on cool. This yellow light comes on, don't worry. That is because we have that extra filter that we put on the unit's own useless filter. That's why, no worries. Okay, so that is the window or wall AC. Even if you have a split unit, right, a mini split, it requires maintenance and it gives you a lot of peace of mind. Initially, we started doing this bi-weekly, and then it stayed nice and clean, so we decided to do it monthly, especially during the summer. Like, during the summer Brian is home, but we have to drive all the way down to New York just to get this done. So we switched to once a month. We see some stuff on the filters, but it's fine. It's been great. The apartment smells good. We have air purifiers, of course, in each room in the apartment, and fingers crossed, everything's been neat and clean so far with the AC. All right, so that's the AC maintenance for you.
Thank you for joining Master Herbalist Dr. Jodie A. Dashore, Director of the BioNexus Health Clinic and BioNexus Herbals, on the BioNexus Health podcast, where we explore and share information and stories about recovering and healing from chronic and environmental illnesses such as mold biotoxin illness, Lyme disease, autism spectrum disorder, fatigue, Crohn's and colitis, mast cell activation syndrome, PANS, and more. Please help us grow our message by subscribing to our podcast channel and sharing the podcast on your social networks. For more information, visit bionexushealth.com.
Information within this video, audio, or text, collectively known as the podcast, has not been reviewed by the FDA. Nothing within the podcast is intended as or should be construed as medical advice. Information is for general informational and educational purposes only. Consumers of the podcast should consult with their healthcare practitioners for medical recommendations. Seek the advice of a qualified healthcare provider. Do not disregard the advice of a healthcare provider based on any information from the podcast. The information within the podcast may contain information concerning dietary supplements or over-the-counter products that are not drugs. Our dietary supplement products are not intended for use as a means to cure, treat, prevent, diagnose, or mitigate any disease or other medical or abnormal condition.